Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Rocket League fans. We've got the first series of the Winter Major kicking off here. FaZe in Version 1. Turtle, how you feeling?
Curly, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm freaking out, man. This is going to be the craziest Rocket League event we have ever seen.
Biggest.
And to start things off, we have got a classic North American matchup. I couldn't ask for anything more, and I'm just excited to get into the game.
Boy, that got me hyped up, talking about the players, talking about the matchup.
Yes,
and
sir,
there's
yes,
so much to talk about, but the only thing that matters right now is the next matchup. Now, regardless of what the domestic results say, this is where you prove who you are on an international stage.
Absolutely, and there's so many questions behind the new pickups on both sides. We've got Typical representing FaZe Clan and, of course, Beast Mode. How are they going to step up when the pressure is on?
This is a rematch from the first regional here in the winter split.
They're not ready. They're not ready. It's too exciting.
They didn't even let me get into it. They didn't even let me get into it. But it is a rematch from the first regional here in the winter split. It was FaZe who took them down 4-0. Relatively easy, unfortunately for you, Version 1 fans. They only scored 3 goals. Version 1, they've really ramped it up. A nice little linear growth for Version 1 over the winter split.
Especially in that third event, tournament alone. I mean, he even said on Twitter, he was talking about how he's never been to a grand finals in what feels like maybe 2 years. So for him to be back, not only in the grand finals for the split, and then make it to the major tournament. He is so happy to be back. And of course, you've got Fireburner, the coach behind Version 1, teaching them every single 50-50 tactic that he's learned.
They better be the best.
Yeah. Oh, no, it is the best. Fireburner, that man.
Oh, no, Fireburner, there's no dispute.
Oh,
there's no dispute on that one, as we are looking into a little bit of a technical issue here right off the bat. We'll get that figured out as soon as we possibly can. But just talking about the teams a little bit more, let's talk about FaZe Clan a little bit. Because,
let's do it.
You know what? Like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter what you did domestically. FaZe built this roster to go even further than top 4 on an international stage.
Absolutely.
Was Typical the right pick for you?
That's the question. For me, personally, I think it increased their skill level and their ability to ascend a little bit higher as a team. However, they're at a lower starting point, so we need to see them obviously put in the work. And if you are a FaZe Clan, you are so happy to hear that First Killer throughout the past few weeks, the past month or 2 months, he's been playing the game non-stop. That's exactly what you want to hear from a player like First Killer. Make sure he has the drive, he has the passion, and he's putting in the hours every single day, Corelli.
I think it's interesting. After a top 4 performance from FaZe, I think they had even more motivation coming into the winter split, especially with the roster pickup. They want to win this thing. They're not here to just place top 6, top 8, whatever. They're here to win, and that was the reason for this roster.
And if you remember back to the fall split, there was so much hype behind FaZe Clan, that new pickup coming into, of course, this split, and then that kind of died down, because we didn't see them in the grand finals one single time. So for them to come out here at this major, Corelli, the motivation, it's got to be off the charts.
Now, there's another player on the other side, and you know, we heard about the little tweet that Gibbs pulled up about Com.
Classic.
He's probably going to be a bit of a nuisance here for FaZe Clan, averaging the second most demos in North America behind Reddles from Space Station Gaming. But Com, you know, that physical play style, everyone talks about his demos.
Right.
Do you think that's going to affect FaZe at all?
I don't know, because you've got a player like First Killer, and we were talking about this before this matchup started. You've got First Killer, who I believe is 5th in North America for demos per game, so he is close to that level of aggression. Obviously not the same. He's not going to be hunting as much as Com, but when you've got a player who can step it up, fight fire with fire, and physical team, you've got to get physical yourself, and you've got to be willing to put yourself on the line, get aggressive, and they need to implement that if Com does go crazy. However, Corelli, we are at a LAN event. The nerves are high, and I want to mention, if you're going to go for that demo playstyle, it's risky. These players, if you're going to extend that rotation, you're jeopardizing so much, leaving 2 players alone on defense. You're extending your rotation. You can't get back in time. Will that affect Version 1 on the field?
And we're getting a bit of a new lobby here as I see players join up, so we should be ready here very, very shortly. But, you know, you talked about nerves and taking risks, and I think always everyone looks at the wrong side of it as well, where people say, you know what, they're coming into LAN, they're going to be nervous. But I think there are players, and I look at like Reddles and Arsenal, I have players who kind of, I think, play better in front of a crowd. They feed off of that energy, and I do think you never know what you're going to get from a team. When they jump into a LAN environment, they could just peak. They could look like the best team in the world.
And that's what's so exciting about an event like this, where you get to see these players in person, is to see who's going to pop off. I mean, for example, while it wasn't a LAN environment, when we saw Daniel come into the RLCS, the first event, that man made it all the way to the grand finals. His first showing in the RLCS. Who's to say what happens now with these rookies on this land, in this environment? How will that affect them? Some players, Corelli, I believe, are just genetically built different. Literally. I'm
it
on
seems
that
way sometimes.
I could not handle the pressure whatsoever. But other players like Scrubkiller, this is where they were literally born to play.
No, I love the way you phrase that, because it does feel like that sometimes. You know, players just seems like they were born to do this, be the stars that they are, and it's another opportunity here at the Winter Major to become a star. And for FaZe Clan, you know, they've had a lot of struggles domestically against teams like G2, against teams like NRG. They're 0-2 against G2, 0-3 against NRG, and some people have used that to criticize FaZe in their domestic results. But they weren't able to take down the big dogs in North America, so why would they be able to come out and perform here at the Winter Major?
And that's the big question. That is what we're wondering. How have they been practicing? What have the scrims been looking like? Have they been putting in the energy and the effort, obviously? And I love that First Killer, you know, talking about how he wants to face up against NRG and really show what he's capable of. And we'll see if that work is going to come into fruition, if it's going to pay off, excuse me. And really, when I look at this FaZe roster, I am looking at AJ. I want to see him pop off. It's so easy to talk about First Killer. It's so easy to talk about the new player, Sypical. But AJ, he has been in the shadows for far too long. This is his moment to step up against Version1.
I think there's a lot of teams, when you zoom out a little bit, there's a lot of teams that, you know, like, take a look at Queso, right? I mean, you could point at any player on that team and go, yeah, that guy's really good. Yeah. And that's what makes this LAN so exciting. You mentioned it before we even jumped into it. I mean, this is the biggest event in Rocket League. This is the biggest time for players to come out and perform. And I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to maybe even see some new teams, or not new teams, but rather some teams that maybe you didn't expect. Like we saw in the video coming into this, CJ was talking about he wants to be the best team in the world. An OCE team coming out and saying they want to be the best in the world. I love hearing that from players, especially coming out from, when you zoom out from NA and EU.
And that's the type of drive that you want to see, and some players will have a different perspective. Like if you think about Extra, the way he does interviews, he's so meek, he's so quiet, and a lot of times he's like, you know, I'm just here to play. I'm happy that we've made it this far. There's a lot of pressure, but I still have confidence moving forward. And then some players are just, we're going to win the whole thing. And you love to hear that from them. And interestingly enough, Corelli, I wanted to get into FaZe Clan a little bit more. Statistically, their offense is so flawless, Corelli. I mean, they're #1 in goals per game, #1 in assists per game, #1 in shots per game, and #1 in shooting percentage. But the defense, it struggles so much, and that's what everybody harps on with them.
It's probably their biggest criticism, minus maybe the results they put up this winter split, which weren't bad results, by the way.
Absolutely.
But, you know, defensively, you see a lot of double commits, especially coming out from AJ and First Killer, and I think a lot of people thought that Sypical was going to be the one to solve that, but it's tough to solve it when you've got players that are just so on the ball, like AJ and First Killer, and that's been the biggest thing that I think has hurt FaZe, no matter who they throw in the third man position. They've got to figure out who's the pecking order of this FaZe Clan squad.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, we're just dealing with a little bit of a technical issue. We're remaking the lobby. We're about to get things going, Corelli. And we've talked a lot about FaZe Clan, but on the other side, Version1, they had a bit of a rocky start, especially in the middle here for the split, but then, of course, taking the win in that third event, that's got to add a lot of confidence coming into the major.
And unexpected, too, and I think that's great, not only for Version1, but I think there's a lot of Version1 fans out here.
There's so many.
They've been rooting for this team.
I mean, look at the hat. How can you not be a fan?
They're looking good.
They look comfy.
Let's be honest. They're looking good out here. Version1 doing a great job to gear up their squad. But yeah, I mean, just talking about the gameplay, you know, I think there's a lot of heartbreak for Version1 over the last season or two here. And they've been good enough, right? Like, I think people have been like, yeah, you know, if I'm going to pick a team to maybe bust into the top 5, it could be Version1. But that last regional, in the third regional in the Mobile One Mountain, they proved everyone. They proved everyone what all the Version1 fans thought. They could come out and whoop some butt, and they certainly did.
Absolutely. And the criticism that we've been talking about for FaZe Clan is their ability and how well they stack up against, you know, the major qualifying teams. But it's not the case for Version1. They're 5-3 versus major qualifying teams. That's 3 wins against G2, and I believe 2 against NRG. So for them to have those results coming in here, that's huge.
Yeah, it's so funny. If you had to pick between the two teams, and I said one team is 3-0 against G2 and 2-1 against NRG. You're picking FaZe, right? No, it's Version1. It's Version1. As we get things kicked off, the players are all set and ready. We got things sorted out. It's game #1 in the first series here in the Winter Major on the A stream. Version1 taking on FaZe Clan. Of course, a best of 5 here in the groups. As Version1 looking to strike here first. AJ, who's been so dangerous behind the ball. Not that time, as he couldn't hold on to it. Typical is able to poke it to the back wall. FaZe, you really can't let them clamp down. They have, I think, while the criticisms may come out for the new pickup, they've been much more deadly on offense. A double tap there as it's not able to fall.
Almost found that pass there from AJ, and that's the dangerous thing about version 1. If you leave any space open on the backboard, a player like First Killer, a player like AJ, and now a player like Typical, they will make you pay for any amount of space. You can't give them anything, and it's the same for Beast Mode. You give this man some space, like we saw in the video, he's going to make a lot of damage.
And Beast Mode definitely the shooter here for version 1, taking the most shots per game on the team, and 5th in North America here in the winter split, averaging well over 3.
Right.
Version 1 definitely better for it. Yeah, I think it's you can't say nothing about him. He has been an improvement here for version 1 so far as they're trying to set something up. Here comes Beast Mode as it's turned away by the defense.
Now, I like the idea there for Calm to go into the midfield. Lovely passing to start things off. We'll see what First Killer has to offer. A nice flick into the backfield. Doesn't find anything, and we've got an easy rotation for version 1.
So far, I think version 1's done a great job here. They've got a lot of possession, and they've not let FaZe clamp down.
Oh,
as this one's thrown to the back wall again. Beast Mode able to clear it away. An easy one for him. It's FaZe Clan looking to hold on to this one. First Killer, a good challenge here in the corner. Needs help from AJ, still keeping it on the version 1 side. Now a shot comes out, and it's not going to get by Beast Mode.
Positioning looking a bit risky for version 1, staying in the same spot, not too spread out. It's a common issue we see, especially in the first series. And things are so far going according to plan, Corral. I think this is what we wanted to see and what we expected to see from FaZe Clan. Holding it down on offense, making sure you can stay in that forward midfield and taking all the boost, waiting for one mistake.
The first demo came out, but it was First Killer on Calm. As First Killer, well, he does average quite a few demos as well. 5th in North America here for the winter split. So he's right behind Calm. This ball floating in the midfield. Calm trying to throw it downfield. There's just no help there for version 1. And a big shot downfield. It comes right off the top of the corner as FaZe can't get it on the inside post.
And that might be a strategy, that FaZe want to implement. Going for midfield shots, long distance shooting, relying on version 1 in there. Slower rotations. If Calm himself is going for more demos, he's going to be slow to get back. Here comes the dribble from First Killer. He's around one of them, doesn't get the 50-50. And now we might see version 1 look to build something unless Typical has an answer. And it's a 50-50 and a demo from Calm.
Beast Mode hunting as AJ gets demoed off the spawn. Beast Mode trying to box out First Killer, but he still gets there to Typical. The shot is saved as First Killer trying to get around and now goes back post. It's too far wide and version 1 get out.
Unbelievable touch from version 1 to keep themselves alive. Still all tied up, 1:40, Corelli. We've seen a couple of close shots. Good passing in the midfield, especially from Calm in that corner play. Hasn't found his own teammate. And then another read from Torment, finding that lane of where FaZe Clan are trying to shoot.
Still scoreless here in game 1. A couple close calls.
Yeah.
But nobody able to break through. It seems like FaZe certainly has had the advantage and how dangerous their opportunities are. Here's another one for First Killer. Got Torment to go. Calm's got to save it off the back wall. He does, but only for the moment. Here comes AJ. He's got boost as he can't get back down, but the shot snuck through from Typical is saved. AJ's shot is saved by Torment, and version 1 once again push away FaZe off the goal line.
They've got all the reads. They know where FaZe Clan are trying to shoot this ball. They're barely getting there in time, but they're finding the path. They're getting a touch on the ball, and that's all you need for another teammate to rotate in and get a 50-50 follow-up.
FaZe has been so close to finding their first goal, but a brick wall has been put up in front of the version 1 net. Here's Torment as version 1 trying to find some offense here. First Killer will run out of boost. Both he and Typical into the corner of version 1. Now some space. Here's the pass over to Calm. Maybe something set up here for version 1. Calm looking to take to the sky, gets by 1 as that one sneaks towards the goal, but an easy save for Typical.
And you also have to respect the counterattacks from version 1. They do this so often where they're stuck in their own half, the defense comes out, and then one huge clear downfield, and you get a quick counterattack in. Maybe Torment can lead to something off the backboard, doesn't find it, and we've got the final 5 seconds, otherwise we get OT.
AJ want to shepherd that one to his corner, and maybe First Killer. One last bite of the defense. He lets it go for AJ, and the defense was fooled as this one is still dangerous. It's here atop of the box. Typical's going to pop it up. First Killer going to let it fly and Calm at an open net, but it's not going to make it. Overtime in game 1 in the first series here at the Winter Major.
FaZe Clan, they were going all in the final seconds. and they committed everybody on the pitch, almost cost them the game. But like you said, Corelli, we do have OT, and it's going to be Version1 to look to start things off.
Typical. Oh my, what a touch from Zip. As Torment does make the saves, and those players hanging on the back wall have really paid off for Version1. That's another one over the back line, and a huge miss, but a second touch! Beast Mode somehow scores it in 25 seconds of overtime!
This is why Version1 picked up this man. Even when he makes a mistake, he can make something out of it. The recovery off the sidewall.
Look at Calm, he can't believe it either. He doesn't even know what he just witnessed, and I don't know either. And Version1 able to win the first game in the most ridiculous shot from Beast Mode, but you know he's the type of guy to score a shot like that.
That's what we expect from Beast Mode, and every single time, while we expect it, it's still amazing to watch Beast Mode. The best recovery we might see all day long, and it's only game 1, Corelli.
I think I can hear them. They're just behind us. I think they're screaming, they're yelling. I could see it from Calm.
Yeah.
They're laughing, they're having a great time, but they're talking as well. And Version1, look at the replays.
Look at this.
The saves coming out. We just mentioned the people on the back wall for Version1 have really paid off. And Version1 able to come out on top here in game number 1. What a way to start it off here in the Winter Major.
Corelli, I missed you, man.
I miss you too, baby.
You looking good. You looking so good. He's back. I didn't get to see him earlier at the Fall Major, but you're back, man. And what a first game to witness.
My goodness.
You're back, and you get to see Beast Mode pop off the sidewall. You get to see Torment, of course, the veteran, come out here, find every single save, every single read. We got a classic matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, there's one worry here is that FaZe Clan certainly had the better of Version1. I mean, let's give credit to Version1. Did a great job making those saves, but I think they had, what, 11 saves there from Version1. So they're probably going to need to find more offense than just a big clear downfield. But I got to give credit over to Version1. The saves, immaculate from them. Great defense to weather the storm of FaZe Clan. And you could see it even going into the overtime. First killer whiffing the ball there for some reason. And you could see that that back line was a little shaky from FaZe.
There's only up from here for FaZe Clan. Quite literally, the miss off the backboard, a lot of shots, and while there were some immaculate saves from Version1, I still think if we get better shooting from FaZe Clan, those would go in much more frequently. We need to see them step up, and I'd say every department on the pitch, Corelli.
Version1 has not lost a series this split when they've been winning in the first game, when they won the first game. They are 10-0
oh my goodness.
Here in the winter.
That is not a good stat if you're a FaZe Clan fan, that's for sure.
A little bit scary, but I'm sure they don't know that stat. They're on FaZe. They just know they got to play this next game.
Well, and look at the confidence. I mean, you win the first game, and especially if you're a rookie here on LAN. That first win is all you need to fuel the rest of your performance. It could be the fuel for literally the rest of the event, Corelli. Just knowing you can get a W here and find that save, just like Beast Mode with the read.
What a read from Beast Mode. And again, players coming off the back wall. It's just been so clutch for Version1. And FaZe Clan, they got to get a little bit more creative, honestly, because Version1, they haven't been beat. As that one gets all the way to the goal line there from Torment, he's able to turn it away. First killer too close, he can't get a touch. And another one over the head of the FaZe Clan line.
I'd say the only creative outlet we've seen out of FaZe Clan have just been big, booming shots from the midfield, which, you know, you might not expect the first or second time around, but now Version1, they've deepened their rotation. They go a little bit farther back, expecting a big, booming hit. So I'd love to see more dribbles out of FaZe Clan. You've got somebody like First Killer, the control. It's unmatched. Now here he is in the air, maybe a flip reset. He's got it, but of course it's read by Torment.
Oh, what a touch there from Calm. So smart, knew that maybe in a tough spot for the offense to follow up on, and Version1, once again creatively, are able to break up the offense as they try and put on some offense of their own. But typical, great control, boost
over. That's what we need.
First killer back post shot is not going to drop. A great pass from Typical, but FaZe still can't convert.
But they're heating up, Corelli. We didn't see any of this in game 1. Much more creative plays, looking for an air dribble and then a midfield pass. We've seen a flip reset from FaZe Clan, starting to heat up for Version1. Will they still find those reads on the back line?
Beast Mode looking for help on the far side, and he's going to get it with Beast Mode. He'll get past himself, I suppose, as Version1 threatening here in the corner. Nobody able to get to touch. First killer going to do it all by himself until he's met by Beast Mode to take him down. Calm with the demo. It's just Typical on the shot, and it's weak as he still is able to hold possession as his teammates remove from the play. AJ wants a solo play himself. Little wave dash as he can't hold on to it. Calm with a good clear. Still scoreless as we're past halftime here in game 2.
We're seeing Beast Mode be a bit more defensive, not staying forward. Normally you expect him to receive a clear like that one from Calm, but he's getting demos and rotating back quicker. This could be a new strategy that Version1 are looking for, just being more patient for those opportunities. We made it to OT previously. And at this rate, we might get the same result.
A little back pass here from Calm over to Torment. Just trying to keep it away and make first killer chase. And they got him to do so, but Typical shuts it down. A decent pounce here for AJ. Calm will take the challenge. Beast Mode running out of boost. And time ticking down, still scoreless. This is going to be the theme of this series, Turtle. It has been so back and forth.
Yeah, we even saw a backflip there in the midfield. Mechanics seem to be off for FaZe Clan. Not the same for Version1. They look great mechanically, very warmed up, but FaZe Clan, it's something is off for them. And we're waiting like a whiff right there from first killer. We expect them to be in a better position, have at least one touch get into the midfield, but instead we're just getting whiffs.
They're definitely crash heavy right now, or usually they're crash heavy into the net. Player is able to get a quality touch on target. This time though, not able to come out on top with possession or a shot. And Version1 has had a lot of free outs.
It's a good touch to first.
Torment trying to play it from his corner, not giving space over to Version1, and that's the only clear they're going to be able to muster up. A pass down to first killer is cut off by Calm. As Calm's chasing the last man, AJ had to see him. And a good pass from AJ, though, despite the mispositioning off the dodge demo, and a touchdown from Typical is not on target. Another opportunity for FaZe that they just can't put through.
And you'll notice the positioning for Version1, they're staying close to every single opponent on the field, waiting for a pass to come out, so you can at least get in front of the shot. And that's why we're not seeing quality chances for FaZe Clan. It seems as though every time a ball gets pushed across the midfield, there's a Version1 player ready. And Beast Mode himself, he's ready in game 2.
He's the only guy who's scored in this series so far. And what a touch from Torment off the inside of the ceiling. And Beast Mode takes it away. First killer and AJ, they're just too slow. And Version1 on the board first. And with 30 seconds left, they're looking to take game 2.
And I've always respected Version1's communication. They're organized on the pitch, even when it seems like they might double commit. They know how to space out and make sure their teammate gets that proper touch. Here comes Calm. Maybe add another one. Insult to injury. Let's see if Torment has a good 50-50. Otherwise, first killer, he's going to take this one out.
FaZe needs something, and it's got to be first killer as he can't get the second touch, and it's going to be tough for them to find the angle here. AJ, a big clear. First killer's got no boost. The pass back to AJ was almost perfect, but Beast Mode, here comes Typical. The pass across is not going to get there in time, and a big clear comes out. Look at Calm talk, and Version1 2 up in the series.
And now we question, should he have gone for a pass across? I almost could have sworn that Typical was going to go for a shot in that situation, Corelli. Do you see it? He was going for the pass across. It took too long. It bounced, and the game was over. Do you go for a shot in that last minute?
I mean, hindsight's 20/20, obviously. I mean, yeah, you go for the shot because the pass didn't work out, but FaZe now scoreless here in this series against Version1. My, oh my. What is going on with FaZe right now?
The #1 offense statistically in North America.
Not looking like it.
Yep, not looking like it at all. But we know that they can pick things up. We're waiting. And the hype, of course. Maybe this is why you have Calm in the middle.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the devs talked about it. You know, a lot of teams want to put the experienced player, the team leader, but Calm,
bro, he's
got the hype. He's got the passion. And he's a great guy. You could see him. He's playing to the camera. He's having fun. He's playing well. And Version1 is better for it.
And look at the serious faces from FaZe Clan, the opposite, literally on the other side.
They can't believe it. They can't believe it.
They can't break down the defense. And maybe this is what was expected. You talk about Version1, it's always going to be defense. It's always going to be demos. So they seem to be a picture-perfect matchup against FaZe Clan. And it is exactly what's going down on the pitch. They're stopping every shot. They're winning nearly every 50-50. And while FaZe Clan's mechanics, they're not up to the standard we'd expect, Version1, they have come out and they're ready to play.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Turtle, but perfect sweep setup here for Version1 over FaZe.
On the first series of the day?
On the first series against FaZe?
What?
Unbelievable. And all credit goes to Version1. The defense has been stellar. And they'll be able to pick their time to go against FaZe as we get things kicked off in game 3. Version1 looking to perfect sweep FaZe Clan right now. Right off the rip.
And I'm very happy with what Calm is doing on the field with his demo-heavy playstyle. Here comes Torment. They're swapping it up, Corelli. They're not just leaving Calm to be aggressive. It's every single player on the field taking turns going for those demos and making sure FaZe Clan, they're always alert. They can't expect one player just to go for demos. It's all three of them.
Beast Mode wants to put something together early, and right now Version1, well, the first 45 seconds certainly in their favor.
Yep.
As Torment's challenge will come out to AJ, and a little Touch from Calm will set up beast mode to tee it up downfield as Typical will respond over to first killer. AJ there, but the weak shot will be saved away by Calm.
They need to break the curse, Corelli. They can't get through the defensive line of version 1. You're looking at a perfect sweep.
Where's the creativity from FaZe? That's the question.
Where's the dribbles? It seems like every touch is just boomed to the other side or an instant shot.
Individual plays, the flip resets, or just the air dribbles. I mean, where is it from FaZe right now? It's all version 1. As another booming clear comes out from FaZe, but now this time they don't have players down the field.
Here we go.
First killer is able to win the challenge, and here comes AJ, the next in line for FaZe.
That's what we want to see, a small touch.
Wants to find it across, but Calm able to deal it out. Some space here on the left side for version 1 as they're not going to get it. AJ to the sky, wants to play it over. First killer knows he's in trouble. Here comes Calm. Touch towards the goal, and version 1 on the board first.
The quick counterattack. They were buried on the defensive side, but then one read intercepting in the midfield, and you've got a full-on attack from version 1 coming your way.
How many times? Quick transition.
It's predictable.
Version 1 knew something coming into this, and they have exposed FaZe Clan so far.
I mean, it's also just so predictable from FaZe Clan. You're coming off the backboard, you know in that situation, he's trying to pass it right into the midfield, set up maybe a good opportunity or a shot, and they just have to get on the interception, Corelli. Find the lane between the opponent and the ball, and you've got yourself a good counterattack.
We said it in the technical pause, but this matchup has only happened once domestically. It was a 4-0 sweep for FaZe in the upper semifinals of the first regional here in the winter split. Version 1 only scored 3 goals. This time, FaZe Clan down 2-0. They are scoreless so far.
Comes AJ, and it's again blocked by Calm.
Big clear here from beast mode. Halftime in game 3, which could be
double commit.
Could be our final game. As Calm wants to go under, and a good dunk will force first killer to go. A big clear and tackle here from Torment. Beast mode wants to take the boost away, and the touchback to Calm is smart as he gets by 1. Won't get by AJ. Shot on target. A big save off his post from Torment. And version 1 still pushing away FaZe.
On a demo from first killer onto Calm, this could alleviate some pressure, open up some space, but of course it's a win from version 1 in the 50-50 department. You've got Fireburner behind you, and I expect no less than to win every single 50-50, Corelli.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Beast mode. Ran out of boost. Here's Torment and a demo. Why not? As the offense ramping up here for version 1. Beast mode's up as it comes down. Still a dangerous ball. Nobody crashing. Torment's waiting patiently. Puts one towards net. It's saved by Typical. Version 1 trying to back pass to Calm, and it works out nicely to go down the field. Calm the first one back. Calm's going to put it away. Boy, is he talking Calm. He's standing up in version 1, up 2-0.
And it all started with the back pass from beast mode, keeping possession. Version 1, they are level-headed, making sure they always have that ball in rotation. Everybody is in the right spot, spaced out on the field, organized, clean, and grade A Rocket League from version 1.
Get this man on first touch because he is yapping in version 1. Looking to perfect sweep. FaZe Clan, as FaZe will find their first here in game 3. It'll be first killer on the board, and FaZe trying to make the comeback.
And it's with a midfield pass. They've been going for this all series long, but the difference here, this started out with a solo play from FaZe Clan to open up the space initially, and then you followed up with that midfield pass. They've broken the curse. Do we see more from them?
If you're FaZe fans, you certainly want more, but it's not going to be that way. Beast mode coming out on top. 3-1 version 1.
Just when you think FaZe Clan are back in the series, they get smacked back down from beast mode right off the kickoff.
Boy, that's deflating. If you're on FaZe, you get your first goal in 3 games, and a kickoff goal is the response. A minute 17.
I'm here to tell you, Crowley, that is one of the worst feelings on land, but then they return the favor. Never mind. It's off the post.
Typical not able to convert, and that was a crucial one to return the favor, as you were saying. Man. And now a minute left. Time not on FaZe's side. Torment wants to carve through Typical. It's not going to happen. Typical to the back wall. Here goes first killer. He beats the man, drops it down off the post, and first killer going to put it home. 52 seconds for FaZe.
Off the miss from Torment. He was coming in off the backboard. Could have got the touch. Calm not fast enough. And a big whiff from the veteran. He's been hitting them all series long, but one mistake, and now you give FaZe Clan one chance. 52 seconds left to get back into the game.
Kickoff so crucial here for FaZe, as it's looking relatively neutral for them. No threat right off the bat. 45 seconds left. Beast mode. Trying to spoil this comeback.
Here we go.
Version1 looking to hold on. No longer a perfect sweep, but they don't care. They'll take the sweep. This one floating to the B1 corner. First killer. Into the box it goes. Version1 all over it. And the only way to go is back for first killer. AJ, he's barreling through his Torment. Dealt with it nicely considering the circumstances, but here's a shot from first killer off the inside of the post. Is their goal smaller because FaZe Clan can't put it away?
And there's no doubt, FaZe Clan, they're going to send everybody forward. This is the final 10 seconds, the first series of the Major. Do they have what it takes to bring this one back?
Oh, tough ball here for AJ. He's just waiting for someone. A good flip reset, needs a follow-up. It was there from first killer. Now Sypical's got to keep it up. He does, but
Beast
nobody's
mode.
got boost.
It's
AJ
good.
and first killer have nothing, and Version1 gonna take the first series here on the main stage.
And look at the hype from Calm. That's the reason why he's in the middle of them. He's been talking, yapping, like you said, Corelli, throughout the whole series. And you want that motivation. You want the energy right in the middle.
Wow.
And FaZe Clan, a devastating blow. That is heartbreaking on your first series of the LAN.
3-0 for Version1.
What happened? What happened?